Hey witches. So I got a DM from one of my followers, one of my very first subs, and she wanted me to do an example of what I would do with Eclipse water. So I thought I would share a little bit about Eclipse water. I know I've done a lot of videos about Eclipse water already, but I haven't done any spell examples. So I'm not going to actually cast this. I swear I am. I'm not going to do like a circle and bless everything and all that. I'm going to show you exactly what I would do to do this spell. So you're going to need some brown paper. You can use parchment paper or you can use white paper. You're going to need Eclipse water. You could also maybe do this with another water, but Eclipse water is best to do this. You will need a black candle. You'll need an inscribing tool. You can also use some banishing oil if you want. I'm not going to use any because I don't want my fingers to be all spicy because I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And you will need a Sharpie and some kind of vessel to put your paper in once you have it written down. And I made this up completely. I just thought of a way to kind of get rid of something for good. So I am going to start off by taking my paper and I'm going to banish. So I want to get rid of something. Excuse my fluffy robe. So I'm going to tear away from myself and then turn to the left. So I'm going to tear the paper away. To the left, away. And you can cut it. I just feel like this gets your energy in it. Away. To the left. Away. To the left. And finally, away. Eclipse water is extremely powerful. I got a hole in my glove. Whoops. It's extremely powerful at removing things that no longer serve you, just banishing things for good because it is so strong. So you're going to take your candle and you can inscribe what you want to banish. Okay? And when you write it, I want you to write it this way. Doesn't matter that much because it's in the candle. I like to usually write things kind of up and down, you know, like this way towards me, this way away, but it's not that big a deal. As long as you get it down, it's okay. So I am going to carve in something that I don't want in my life anymore. You can do a person. You can do debt, you can do grief, you can do anxiety, you could do a drug habit, you could do any kind of habit. And then get your candle ready. Stick it in there. And then light it. And this is Eclipse water in here. This is also Eclipse water. I have a bigger vessel. I have this one on one of my shelves as a display, just because it looks cute on my little coffin shelf. So I'm going to take a black Sharpie. You could also use black paper for this, but you won't be able to see what you write unless you use a white crayon or like a silver Sharpie. But I'm going to write down what I want to get rid of. And I'm going to be silent. I'm going to do it where no one can see. Maybe you can see, I don't know. Okay. Once you write that down, now you've got your little mini petition. This is not really a petition, it's getting rid of something. So it's sort of it's still a petition because you're petitioning the universe to help you with something. So you're going to take it. Normally, if you're going to manifest, you would fold it 3 times towards you. You're going to fold this away from you. So 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to take some of the black wax. Take a minute. And just seal it shut. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you have other options. One option is you could just set it right on fire in this flame to banish. And then blow your ashes off your property. But I'm going to show you how to use Eclipse water to banish. So this is Eclipse water. Ooh, I just dropped some wax. Blow that off to cool it down a little bit. Give it some witch's breath. I banish thee from my life. Get out of my life. You no longer serve me. Leave my life for good. So mote it be. And then you're going to take that little piece of paper and you're going to put it into the Eclipse water. Hold it in there for a minute till it kind of gets completely wet. Where it'll stay at least mostly submerged. And then let it sit in there till the candle burns down. While the candle's burning down, you're going to stare into the flame and meditate on how your life will be different once whatever you wrote on that piece of paper is gone from your life forever. So I'm just going to take a minute to do that. You can take as long as you want. Normally I would spend between 15 and 20 minutes. I've sat here until an entire chime candle goes out and not even realized it. But after this candle burns all the way down, you're going to take this and dump it off your property somewhere. You can do it at a crossroads if you want. You can do it in a trash can somewhere. You can walk out to the end of your street and dump it. If you don't want to litter, which I suggest you don't, you could take that out, let it dry, burn it, and then blow the ashes off. Or you could just find a trash can off-site, somewhere away from your home, and just dump the entire thing out. If you don't want to carry this, you could use a jar and then just empty out the jar. That's just what I had handy because it was already up here, and I thought, let me use that. But the Eclipse water destroys whatever is written on that piece of paper. It gets rid of it because that's my intention. And this is like moon water on steroids. Anybody who tells you that Eclipse water is no good for magic is full of shit, because it is very useful in magic. It's extremely useful. It's extremely powerful. It has all of the moon phases, including the full moon, within it. So how could it not be? So you just focus, 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 and then get rid of it. And if it doesn't improve, a month later, do it again. And this works best on Saturdays. It's not Saturday. I'll probably do this again for real on Saturday with some new Eclipse water. And just keep doing it until what I have on that piece of paper is gone completely. Other things you can use for Eclipse water, I've mentioned this before. You can use it as a cleanser to make something clean. You can put it in your mop water. You could use it, you can drink it. You can use it in any spell. You can use it to represent water on your altar. You could use it to represent water in your circle. Just anything you can think of. Sky's the limit. Just remember that it packs a punch. It's extremely strong because it has all those moon cycles in it. And I also made a video when we're going to have our next eclipse, and I'll link that below. That way you'll get a chance to make your very own eclipse water if you do not have any. But real quick, that's all I have, witches. And blessed be. Like, subscribe, and share.